Hey everyone, before we get started with today's video, if you forgot to use a referral code when you signed up for Uber to get your bonus or guarantee of up to $1,000, then here's how to apply my referral code so you can still get some extra money. Here's the steps. So 1, open the Uber app. Next, click your photo or the 3 lines at the top corner. Click earnings. Click help or question mark. Click account and payment. Then referrals. And this step is really important. Click invited driver, report my missing or incorrect driver referral. And then click send a message. And for the invite code, use G4QA5UE. Friend's name, yours truly, Gregory Wave. GREGORY WAVE, like wave. The phone number is 815-847-0184. And the email is gregwave@yahoo.com. And for the details, you can just say something like, my good friend Gregory referred me to drive for Uber. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. Currently laughing because I said something really dumb in my first attempt to make this video, so I had to delete it because YouTube would not have liked my potty mouth. Alright, so what am I doing for you guys? I am going to do the 10 most essential things you need as an Uber driver, Uber and Lyft driver. These are the things that I personally, like over the years, I would slowly start using these things and they would change my life. Quick side note, yes, I'm in a red Kia Soul, and that is a car seat. I don't have children. It's not my car. I have a whole video explaining why. I'm going to quickly say that at the beginning of every video because it's just interesting, and it is something you guys could run into too. So, moving right along, the number one most essential item is going to be your car mount, your phone mount, and that is super self-explanatory, but getting a good mount changes the game. I promise. If you have a really crappy mount, and I did for probably 2 years, and all it did was just tick me off all the time. And the mount was the exact type of mount that I'm using right now to make these videos. And it's the ones that suction cup to the windshield. These are the worst. They work good for just doing like little vlogging or stuff in your car, if your car's stagnant. But the second your car starts moving, they start slowly getting loose as you turn, as the car shakes and moves and rattles and does all the things that happens as you make a turn at 90 miles an hour to go pick up some grandma somewhere. These things get loose, all right? And it just happens, and eventually they fall off. I have a giant phone. It's the 8 Plus, and this thing is so heavy that over time it wears it down and it'll just fall off, and like it's scared the crap out of customers numerous amounts of times. So what are some good ones to get? The other ones I hate are the ones that go in the vent. I get hot really, really easily, so I need all my vents for air conditioning. If I don't, I will be sweating. And I one time had the air conditioning mount, and that was the biggest thing I ran into, was I was constantly sweating, all because that one vent was missing. Like, I really needed it. It was a crucial vent. So the ones that are really, really good, and these are newer, and not everybody has them, but I'm telling you, if you guys get these are like game changer. It is called the Track Decks, and what's really cool about it is a mount and a charging port. So you got to have a compatible phone for it, but most newer phones are starting to be compatible with these. So it would plug into your I believe your cigarette port, but they also have different versions of it that you can mount all over your car, and then it's charging your phone the entire time. And the way the technology is set up too is that it won't just keep burning through the charger. It recognizes once you're at 100%, so it'll flash on and off as you leave it on. But that's just cool for one, and very convenient for two. Now, if you don't go that route, I think the magnetic mounts are usually the best bet. So I've seen some really cool ones. One of the coolest ones I saw, I never tried this, but I know this would have been my favorite, is I got picked up by this lady that is basically like a big round magnet, really strong magnet, and you can plant it anywhere, and it's not like these freaking suction cuppy thingies. These were actually had a strong grip. It wouldn't fall. And then it had a big socket port that then went over that magnet, and then your phone would stick to it. And it was like, it wasn't like the thing that I hated with a lot of them is my phone, as the day went on, it would slowly just like slide down, or it would like tilt down. This thing, rock solid the whole day. Really awesome one. I can't remember what it was called, but it was magnetic, and I think the magnetic ones are going to be your bet. Now, my personal favorite, if you have a new enough car, was just doing CarPlay. And so I would have my phone plugged into my USB so that my GPS was coordinated with it. And when I would pick someone up, I would just check the address on the Uber or Lyft app, and I'd open Google Maps and I would put it in there. And then I've got this big screen, and that was my favorite way to do it out of everything I'd ever tried. So if you have a new enough car, try doing CarPlay. It's a little bit annoying at first typing in each address, but then I learned you can actually set the settings in the Uber and Lyft apps to automatically open Google Maps with that address every time. Once I figured that out, it was way easier, because then I would just click open in navigation, it would flip over. And I know that sounds like not profound at all, and I probably should have known that, but I didn't. I think because for years I was just using the Uber and Lyft navigation, in-app navigation, that I never tried switching out of it. So CarPlay, for me, was a huge game changer. All right, and the next thing is getting a really solid wireless charging mount. One thing I really liked was I had this big block that plugged in. It had 5 ports in it. I would have my Lyft and Uber amps charging at all times. I would have my phone charging at all times. And then I would have 3 more ports, and I would keep cables on me too, so I could charge people's Joules. And a lot of people, I think I had like 5 Joules left in my car, and a lot of times the charger too. So I just saved one of the charging ports, and I'd be like, hey, I got a Joule charger if you need it. But micro USB, Apple. And so like they could get in and then charge 3 additional things while I'm already got my amps and my phone charging. So getting a really big charging port, I think, is nice. I mean, getting one that just charges 2 isn't really helpful, because at some point you're gonna either unplug your amps or your phone so that somebody can charge their phone. I don't like doing that. And then I hate replugging in cords and stuff while I'm driving. So I like not having to unplug anything. It's one of those very simple things that just makes your day a little bit smoother. I'm telling you, it all adds up. The next I have is the dual amp. These are really awesome. They're on Amazon, and it's basically one light. It has Uber and Lyft on it. It only uses 1 port to plug in. Again, a huge game changer when you're not unplugging both ports constantly, turning one or off constantly, one on or off constantly. Good Lord, can't talk. It just keeps your Uber space less cluttered, more organized. It just makes things all the simpler. It sounds really like not that big, but I'm telling you, all these little things will all add up, and the job will get smoother and smoother. All right, one thing that really helped, and I think I mentioned this earlier, but was getting an LED flashlight. Now, the reason why I really liked this is there's a lot of like really dark neighborhoods you can pick up at night, and going through and finding the house address at certain places is pretty difficult. It also doubles as a blunt weapon. If God forbid you're attacked, you've got a really big flashlight, and you're not defenseless. But a lot of neighborhoods, or especially apartment complexes, if you're looking for a building number, if you have a really strong LED flashlight, you can literally be driving, have this window down, and just be shining. I used to do it all the time, and it helped me find places. And yeah, it's not always applicable, but usually it is. Next up, this was one I learned the hard way, but gloves. Some rubber gloves or a box of like plastic gloves. The reason why is people leave a lot of weird stuff in your car, and I honestly feel weird touching a lot of it with my bare hands. Maybe I'm a germaphobe, but one thing is, like, one time this girl left all this makeup and stuff, and I just didn't want it to get all over my hands. Like, I'm talking like open lipsticks and stuff just laying in my back seat. And so that was a time where I was really thankful for it. God forbid if somebody pukes and then you're cleaning it up, you would want gloves. It's one of those random things that comes in handy more often than you'd think, where there's something gross you don't want to touch. God, I hate even thinking about it. Next up, this is such an awesome one. But again, you can find these on Amazon, and they're lunch boxes that will plug into a cigarette lighting port. I don't know why I always call it that, but so what's cool about it is you can bring some hot food and it'll keep it warmed all day. And a lot of them are then dual temperatures. So if it's hot food, you can keep it hot all day or warm all day. And if it's cold food, you can keep it cold all day. The only thing with the hot food is occasionally then it really makes your food smell, make the car smell. If it's good smelling food, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it might be like you don't want to have like this really intense like tuna casserole smell in your car. So check out those lunch boxes. Those are really good. Again, packing your lunches is essential to saving money and just feeling good while you're out there. So that's why this lunchbox is a great thing. Mileage tracking apps, again, for when you're doing taxes, that's very, very important. You definitely want to have some kind of mileage tracker app or just do it yourself. Dash cam. And all I'm going to say there is better safe than sorry. Just have it. Not saying anything bad's going to happen, but your odds, the more you drive, are going to go up. Statistically, it's just true. You're going to be more prone to be involved in a scary situation where you might have wanted that footage. Preferably a cam that does inside and outside. That way, for accidents, there's just so many reasons why it could really be helpful. Next up is Aux Cord. The reason why I think the Aux Cord is so much more important than even if you do have CarPlay, the reason why you still want it is there was a scam going around for a while. I don't know if people still do it, but a lot of people would like, hey, can I put a song on? And they just want your phone. So then you're like, oh yeah, for sure. So then they're scrolling through God knows what. And a lot of people were then going on Cash App or Venmo, and they were then sending themselves money on Cash App or Venmo. Now, you would have to have like no security set on your phone to do that, but it was a thing that was happening. So have an aux cord so that no one has any excuse to use your phone. All right. Last thing I would say is some basic cleaning supplies, and I had a portable car vacuum for a while that was awesome. Again, it plugged right into the cigarette lighting port, and then I could just do quick vacuums after each ride. Another game changer, absolute game changer. But also basic cleaning supplies, some detailing wipes, things like that, just so that if you do have that one really messy person, you can wipe down. Some people even get like a little car trash can, and it goes right on the back of one of the seats, and then people can throw stuff away in it. I've never done that, but hey, food for thought. Cleaning stuff is definitely going to help. I'm going to cut this video off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Best of luck out there this week, guys, and I will talk to you all soon.